This is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Ravens coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, the Ravens have perennially been in the conversation. This year, they knock down that door, they win the AFC, and here they are in the Super Bowl.
And remember, they've won in recent years. Super Bowl 35 in Tampa, Super Bowl 47 in New Orleans. What a stretch they could put together if they could claim another title here.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this is a club that's been put together largely through the draft the last few years. They've hit some home runs, and now here they are seeking their second Super Bowl title ever.
And while now it might be hard to believe in that first one, they were big underdogs. Super Bowl 48 to Peyton Manning and the Broncos at MetLife Stadium. But they were jet-propelled that day, and they'd like to be the same in this game.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. His throw incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. They'll be led out by one of the brightest young stars in the NFL, a 4th-year pro out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
On third down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Facing fourth down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Fights through the middle crease. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the...
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Herbert now. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Herbert. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And Walker once more. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson now. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down.
There he goes, right side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know we're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 14-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 75 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Meanwhile, Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Herbert's, and the is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. He'll get it inside the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. KJ Hamler returning it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're old.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Odell Beckham from 10 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Herbert off of play action. It's reeled in downfield by Johnston.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop it.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Throwing is Jackson. It's caught by OBJ. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Jackson on first down. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Ravens are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. And the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On first and 10, Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated. Ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. With a fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't, but...
He's got a man, complete! And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Herbert on first down now. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. Out of the gun, Herbert. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 31 yards. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 21. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here now a third down and 8. Jackson now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw caught by Flowers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And they run with Edwards off the option. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Edwards again on second down. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Again, it's Charbonnet.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Herbert.
A throw left side, held in by Hamler.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Right side, he has Johnston.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Quentin Johnston,
an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Ravens ready to take over.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
And returning it, here's Hamler.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On first down, it's Herbert.
Completed it here to Marvin Jones.
Now inside the 25. Marvin Jones.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Marvin Jones. 81 yards.
And the Seahawks are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
And the Ravens taking the field.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. He'll throw complete to Gus Edwards. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
This 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's Edwards. And the Ravens are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They go play action with Jackson. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. On first down, Justin Herbert. This pass caught by Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And it goes for a gain of 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now it's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Herbert now to throw. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now it's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass here with Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. Here's Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here's 2nd and a yard. Jackson to throw. Into the hands of Beckham.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3rd and 2, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. And that should just about do it. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. To the air again, Herbert. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.